Wait, don't scroll. That yawn is hiding a secret that 90% of dog owners never know. Yawning at the vet, yawning when scolded, yawning with you, yawning at sunrise. 4 yawns, 4 completely different meanings. Today, we step into one of the most silent and most profound languages your dog has ever spoken. In 1997, Norwegian dog trainer Turid Rugaas published a discovery that changed how we see dogs forever. Dogs use body signals to communicate, and yawning is one of them. A calming signal is a behavior dogs use to reduce tension for themselves or for whoever's in front of them. The yawn is the most common and most misread signal of all. The problem is, we see the yawn and think, oh, they're just sleepy. But your dog is trying to tell you something completely different. We'll explore 4 types of yawn. Each one tells a different story. And when you understand all 4, you'll never see your dog the same way again. And here are the 3 friends who will guide us today. Bong, sensitive and perceptive. Milo, joyful and free. Max, enthusiastic to the point of chaos. Chapter 1. The physiological yawn. The most natural one, and the very first gateway to understanding your dog's language. When a dog yawns, the jaw stretches wide, the chest expands, a rush of air flows in, boosting oxygen to the brain and flushing out CO2. This is the purest yawn of all. Milo, early morning, the first sunlight touches his brown fur. He stretches long, yawns like he's greeting the entire universe, then wags his tail to say, "I'm ready." And that same evening, as the lights dim, Milo yawns once more, not to wake up. This time it says, "I'm drifting into dreams." After a long run, the body needs to reset. Milo yawns not because he's tired, but to reboot the system. This is the yawn of an athlete who just crossed the finish line. How do you know it's physiological? Look at everything. Tail relaxed, ears easy, body soft. No tension, no worry, just simply being alive. Here's a fascinating detail. Physiological yawns tend to be long and slow, 3 to 4 seconds. Stress yawns are short and repeated rapidly. The duration of a yawn is itself a language. Science also found this. Yawning helps regulate brain temperature. When a dog's brain gets slightly warm, the yawn is a natural cooling system, far more sophisticated than we imagined. Sunday, 9 in the morning. Milo is curled beside his owner on the sofa. Both just woke up, both yawn almost in unison, no words needed. Everything has already been said. But pay attention, if your dog yawns more than 3 times in just a few minutes, combined with flattened ears and averted eyes, this is no longer physiological. We need to look closer. To summarize, physiological yawning is natural, healthy, and a sign of a dog at peace. But this was only the first layer. The next layer goes a little darker. To summarize, physiological yawning is natural, healthy, and a sign of a dog at peace. But this was only the first layer. The next layer goes a little darker. Now, let's step into the situation most people completely miss. Your dog is in an unfamiliar room, and they are yawning. Chapter 2. The stress yawn. This is the most important yawn you need to learn to recognize, and the most overlooked of all. Bong, the veterinary clinic. No yawns yet. Not yet. But watch those ears and that tail. Bong is reading this room centimeter by centimeter. The vet steps closer, and Bong yawns. First time. He doesn't look directly at the vet. His head turns slightly away. This is the dog's language of peace. I'm not a threat. Please be calm. 2, 3. Each yawn is an increasingly urgent message. Bong isn't saying, "I'm bored."
Bong is saying, I need you to understand I am very uncomfortable right now. Read Bong's whole body, ears flat, anxiety, tail down, unease, eyes avoiding direct contact, active calming signal, and 3 yawns in a row, a silent cry for understanding. Different situation. Milo just chewed his owner's favorite shoe. The owner walks over, voice raised, and Milo yawns. Not because he doesn't care, the opposite. He's saying, I understand you're upset. Please stop. Many owners see that yawn and think, oh, they know they did wrong. But actually, dogs cannot connect a past action to present anger if more than a few seconds have passed. That yawn is a stress response, not remorse. The park. A stranger approaches quickly. Bong doesn't bark, doesn't bite, doesn't run. Bong yawns twice, and the fur along her neck rises slightly. This is a silent negotiation. When your dog stress yawns, here are 3 things you can do immediately. Step back slightly to give them space. Turn your head gently to the side as a peace signal, and speak in the softest voice. And here is what absolutely not to do. Force your face close, hug tight when they're not ready, and stare directly into their eyes. For dogs, a hard stare is a challenge, not love. A behavioral study found that dogs yawn over 55% more in high-stress situations compared to calm ones. Those numbers don't lie. Dogs have been trying to communicate with us for a very long time. Bong's vet, fortunately, speaks this language. He steps back, turns his head to the side, approaches more slowly, and Bong yawns less. The tail lifts slightly. A small bridge has been built. The stress yawn is a dog's most urgent whisper. When you recognize it, you're no longer just an owner, you're becoming a true companion. And next is the chapter that'll make you smile.
Chapter 3. The Boredom Yawn. Fair warning, this chapter might make you look back at your relationship with your phone and feel a little guilty. Max, 2 in the afternoon. Owner's been gone since morning. How many times has he stared at that door? He's counted every car engine outside, and now Max yawns. Signs of boredom yawning: unfocused eyes, body going limp, not from relaxation but from understimulation, tail not wagging. This is the yawn of a mind that needs to be used. Dogs, especially working breeds, need mental stimulation as much as physical exercise. When unstimulated, a dog's brain activity genuinely drops, and they get truly, genuinely bored. Evening. The owner is home, but glued to their phone. Max looks up at them, yawns. No response. Yawns louder. Still nothing. This is a phone call no one is answering. Important distinction: boredom is not fatigue. A tired dog sleeps immediately. A bored dog lies there, eyes open, unable to sleep, because their brain still needs input, exactly like a human scrolling at 2 a.m. And when boredom becomes chronic, dogs start finding stimulation their own way: chewing furniture, incessant barking, digging, or developing chronic anxiety. The yawn is the first warning before all of that. And here's the good news. Fighting boredom doesn't take much time. 5 simple things: a puzzle feeder for mental stimulation, a new walking route, free sniffing time, just 10 minutes of training daily, and a simple hide-and-seek game. That evening, Max's owner put down the phone, got out the puzzle feeder, and took Max down a brand new road. Max didn't yawn again that night. His eyes literally lit up. Some breeds are especially prone to boredom: Border Collie, Husky, German Shepherd, Malinois. These dogs were bred to work all day. Without a job to do, their boredom becomes something else entirely. And sometimes your dog will give you the most dramatic yawn you've ever witnessed, loud enough to turn heads across the room.
That's not a request. That's a declaration. I need something to happen right now. The boredom yawn is a reminder your dog needs more than food and water. They need you to be present, truly present. And the final chapter is my personal favorite of all. Chapter 4. The Contagious Yawn. This is the yawn that made scientists stop and say, we still don't fully understand this species. First, have you ever yawned just because you saw someone else yawn? Of course you have. We all do. Contagious yawning in humans is believed to be linked to empathy, the ability to sense another's state. A 2013 study from the University of London found something stunning. 72% of dogs in the trial yawned in response to their owner yawning, and this happened more powerfully in dogs with a strong bond with their owner. The mechanism behind this is mirror neurons, neurons that fire when you observe an action as though you were doing it yourself. When your dog watches you yawn, these cells activate. They don't just see the yawn, they feel it. But here's the most fascinating part. In the same study, when a stranger yawned, dogs caught the yawn far less often. Contagious yawning happens most powerfully with the person a dog loves. Attachment is the key. Late night, Bong's owner yawns, exhausted from a long day. Bong looks up, and Bong yawns back. No words, none needed. Two beings from different species just shared the exact same moment. And now, here is an experiment you can try tonight. Look into your dog's eyes. Yawn slowly and clearly. Wait 30 seconds. If your dog yawns back, you just witnessed empathy. Research also shows contagious yawning frequency increases with the length of the bond. A newly adopted dog catches yawns less often than one who's been with you for 3 years. Love accumulates, and yawning measures it. And this is what moves me the most. Some studies show dogs yawn more when their owner is sad or crying, not because they don't care. This is how they say, I feel you, I am here. Important note, not every dog yawns contagiously. Puppies under 1 year haven't fully developed this capacity yet. Older dogs with deep bonds tend to yawn more contagiously, and some breeds show higher empathy patterns. Max's owner recalls, at 8 months, no contagious yawning, but at 14 months, for the first time, Max watched the owner yawn and yawned back. The owner said, I didn't understand why I felt like crying. And science has confirmed, when dogs and owners share synchronized moments like this, including yawning together, oxytocin levels rise in both. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone, the love hormone. Contagious yawning is not random, not coincidence. It is evidence that your dog is genuinely, every single second, feeling you. 4 yawns, 4 stories, 1 message, and we're about to reach the final part, the one I most want to leave with you.
Remember the very first yawn of this video? Look at it again. This time, what do you see? Language does not need words to be heard. Bong, Milo, and Max, and millions of dogs around the world are speaking to us every single day. The question is, are we listening? Tonight, just one small thing. When your dog yawns, pause for 5 seconds. Look at the ears. Look at the tail. Look at the eyes. Then ask yourself, what is he trying to tell me? Tonight, somewhere in this world, a dog is yawning, and an owner will understand. And in that moment, the distance between 2 species disappears. Now, I'm curious about you. When does your dog yawn the most? At the vet? When scolded? Or when you've been on your phone too long? Tell me in the comments below. If this video helped you understand your 4-legged friend a little better, please subscribe and hit the bell because next week we're decoding another secret language of dogs.